big cats in the UK and the British Wildlife Act of 1976 that saw many big cats that had been kept as exotic pets released into the wild. Their owners did that rather than just have them destroyed or donate them to a zoo. Have these cats survived? Have they thrived? I think they have. There's too many sightings. And it's all across the United Kingdom. And I've been on the trail of this cat since I first saw it with Bob Brown crossing the road 3 or 4 years ago. Nothing's going to deter me, and no amount of these cats aren't here and it's a load of rubbish is going to stop me looking for evidence of it. So is it possible that these cats can go undetected here in the UK? I don't see why not. We've got fox and badger literally living in our gardens, and we're only catching them via CCTV and Ring doorbell cameras and the odd glimpse of them as you're driving about in the early hours of the morning. So a location like this is prime, and I know they're here. If these cats had been semi-domesticated and were used to being around people, then when they got released back in 1976, why did people, walkers, people in woodland, gamekeepers, why weren't they seeing them and reporting them? Or did they? And back in the early days, nobody believed it. So everything just went silent. If you saw one of these things, you rarely talked about it. But that's all changed. Reports of the big cats are probably on a weekly, if not daily occurrence, where people sight these large felines. And now, due to the fact that people actually know they're here, the volume of reports is just outweighing the volume of ridicule aimed at people who say they've seen them. Now, people are more vocal about what they've seen and what they've experienced. The big cats are here, make no doubt about it. Hello everyone, we're back, me and the Bobster, after about 5 to 6 weeks of relative inactivity. We're back in the areas where we've been doing a little bit of the research, and to me, what an incredible day to be back on. It looks like spring has arrived, and as you can see, everything's just getting ready to explode into life, and it's absolutely wonderful. Let's have a look down here. This is where I was finding the deer earlier in the year. Yeah, ironic if we found something now. Come here, Bob. I'm going to fall flat on my backside after kind of, you know, after resting up. And we'll just straighten this camera. Wait, Bob. Oh no, we don't have to do that, do we? We straighten this, we're just getting used to this. Just getting used to this monopod. And as I said, spring with a promise to keep has arrived. And you can have a look at Bob in a bit because he's sporting his Dennis the Menace look at the moment. Letting his fur grow out a bit, and he's a little bit like Nasher. Oh, I think he likes that. So, like we say a few weeks ago, I weren't very well, but might have been down, but I'm not out. And here we go again. And we're going to share a few bits of information with you guys. Literally 5 minutes before setting off, I received a report. Come on, Doug. I couldn't do this a few weeks ago. I received a report from a wild camper in Dartmoor, of all places. So like we said, the research is spreading far and wide. And basically, he's wild camping on Dartmoor and he sees something. At first he thought it was a bear. So you know where we're going with this. And there's footage. And it's a new report to me, this. I did get the emails earlier in the week from this man, and I've been waiting to actually speak to him. and I managed to speak to him just before setting off here today, and he's sending me the footage as well. So this is going to be interesting, and I'll update you on what's been seen. But why have I come back here today? Well, not least because it's just an incredible area to spend time with this little dog, but more so because about 2 weeks ago I got another report, be it a fleeting glimpse of the cat. So we've got more reports of this big cat seen in the area, and it's a big black cat. And I'm coming back to the same location time and time again. And I don't mean Danes Dyke, I mean a specific area within the dike. And I think I know where this thing might be laid up. And I have put trail cams up and I've had no luck. So for those that say, why don't you do that? We have tried it. I say we, and I mean little Nasher there, until he gets his fur cut. Hey Bob, what do you reckon? Yeah, he's happy. He might get a chance to get off lead and have a play later. So the big cat, the story keeps surfacing. So I'm going to get back to that. So I'm going to get into the area, hopefully, if I don't damage myself, where this thing's allegedly been seen, and see if we can find any evidence of it. So I shall pick this up shortly, guys, and you'll hopefully, if I'm in here over the days, weeks and months to come, you will see this landscape start to come to life, because spring, with a promise to keep, has arrived. I've come onto the other side at Dyke, and I've got Bobby on his lead. Don't want to do too much. I don't want to knock this recovery back. Ideally, I'd like to go down there because there's a lot of silt and soft sand washed up, and it would be the ideal place to look for any prints. It's all well and good me talking about this cat, but I want to try and give at least a little bit of proof of what I'm talking about. And I think if I'm to do that, I've got to get in this location. I did have trail cams set up. Not that it means a lot to you guys. Last year, little to no success. This cat can't be a ghost. It's got to exist. And the people that are seeing it, they're either all lying, in which case I'm wasting my time, or it's here, it's real. And I don't think I'm wasting my time, and I do think it's real. But, you know, we just keep looking and searching. And I'm going to head up this side because I think there's a bit of a deer cut here. So we've got a bit of evidence of where there's been a bit of animal traffic up this side, you see. Bob's reluctantly following. Not that fond of this. He's not that fond of this terrain. But here we go. There's a gnarly old tree, look. I mean, spring hasn't quite arrived yet, and just look at this terrain. Even in winter, it's inaccessible, to say the least. You know, so as soon as spring comes, this location is definitely, come on dog, going to be inaccessible. Not a place where it's going to get any footfall. And just look at it. Come on, Bob. This little dog's Not enjoying this walk so far, but he'll deal with it. Put it this road. He loves coming out with me, so he has to deal with it. Let's get up here and see what we can see. So just to pick things up, before I came out, I got a phone call from the guy who was wild camping on Dartmoor. And he's described seeing something after years and years as a woodsman, experienced in all weather conditions, finding himself out in lots and lots of different scenarios. He's experienced seeing something that's just off the scale of anything he's ever seen before. And I'm hoping, once I've seen this footage, I can give you some more detail. It's no small thing to say that you think you've seen something that resembles a bear. It's quite frightening. You can hear the aircraft above. So many reports coming in. I've not missed out on anything while I've not been well, apart from getting to the locations. But we'll pick this up shortly. We're just going to see if we can get up there. See if we can see any evidence of anything that's been sort of caught in the claws of a big cat, should we say. But it's that thorny. I'm going to have to lift this little dog through it because it's not fair. Okay guys, pick this up shortly. As you can see, I've got the bobster in my arms because it's all brambles. And I'm not having him ploughing through that. So we've just come to a little meadowed area here, look. You can't really get to in summer. I would imagine this is a nice place for the deer. Oh. So this is where I was heading for. In the summer I'd come in here, but the grass is 3 foot tall and it's full of ticks, and ticks and warm-blooded animals don't go together. So we're here. I'll check on the time in a moment. Little coppices of woodland where if anything's gonna find refuge away from everybody, these are the ones. And I've got to get down somehow yet, which I'm not looking forward to. Okay guys, so it might seem a bit of a fruitless exercise, but I'm taking you along with me on my search for evidence of this cat, and that's all I can do, because without solid pictures and solid video footage of it, all I can do is tell you what people are reporting, what people are seeing. I know it exists because we saw it cross the road just above Jewson Lane probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and that's what keeps me looking for it, because I know it's real. Okay, we've done a little bit of a sweep of that area, and if I'm being truthful, we've not found anything. But lack of evidence does not mean evidence does not exist. And all that is brambles and blackberries, so I'm going to pick my little dog up and we're going to walk through that now. Just stick that there, Bobster. Come here, lad. And there we are, me and this little fella. We'll head back that way, and I think what we're going to do is head to where the broken trees were found, and just can't really go to that spot. Oh, I can't really come to this area without having a look, see if anything else has been added, any more offerings, and what are these offerings, we've got to ask ourselves. So that might be the next pick-up point that you get, but as you can see. It's thick with brambles, and we wouldn't have it any other way, would we, Bob? Or should I say, Nasher. Look at this. Absolute shit. But we're here. Ouch! Just bang my head. Never a good idea to bang your head, guys. I'm going to put him down. And now we'll negotiate this now. Come on, lad. A bit like Wallace and Gromit, me and this dog. And look at that. Do you know what that is? That's honeysuckle. It's going all the way up. Let's just do this. All the way up and around that tree. And I bet you, if you came in somewhere in this area, you won't be able to get into this area. It smells gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Wood pigeon's nest. And no doubt birds will be nesting very shortly. We'll just keep plodding through. So the next time we get the camera on, we'll probably be near the trees. Oh God, come on, Bob. Come on. You don't like this. I can't blame you. So that concludes the first journey into Danes Dyke, and no doubt I'll be updating you guys again at some point in the near future. But the cat, we've not found any evidence of it, but like I said earlier, lack of evidence does not mean evidence does not exist. So I will be revisiting this periodically, and I will be getting over that other side, because I'm certain, absolutely certain, that this animal is here. And the only way we're going to find any evidence to prove to you guys and the people, the naysayers, is to keep coming in, keep placing the trail cams. Put 2 trail cams in today. Obviously I've not filmed where I've put them. Interestingly enough, when I've been in some woodland recently, I've found trail cams, and I've not highlighted finding them either, because nobody wants expensive equipment stealing. So that's one of the reasons. But as regards the big cats, they're here, so we will keep updating you guys. And from the last transmission, I'll end it now. We'll catch you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.